Disney's Not a Princess Moana is back with the second installment of the franchise, which by the end of the movie you will know will be followed by more. Moana's original audience is now 8 years older, and their attention span is trimmed by TikTok, and their expectations from everything that they buy a ticket for is very high. So Disney knows they have to do a lot more than just rehash an old story to impress them. But has it been able to do so? Let's start with the familiar bits. Auli Cravalho, I think I'm saying the name wrong for sure, is back as Moana, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson is also back as the demigod Maui. I mean, come on, there was no way they were going to change that. Some of the other characters you will recognize from the first movie are Moana's parents, her grandmother, who is an ocean spirit now, Ehe, who would probably be the least evil rooster in real life, and Pua, a pet pig whose role has been notably amped in the sequel. The story plunges into another oceanic quest with a familiar undercurrent. A nasty god has put a curse on an island, but this time it's not her island, and she has to break the curse inevitably with Maui's help. If you notice the tricks she uses to expertly sail in the opening scenes of the movie, you will realize that is also a nod to the first movie because these were the tricks she picked up from Maui. See, this is a Disney movie, so there will obviously be a song about overcoming fears and following one's heart and destiny, and we honestly haven't learned that since 2016, so I don't mind a refresher. Now, coming to what's new and what I think has worked in the sequel's favor. The movie opens with Moana as the official Vasco da Gama of a village without the colonial intentions. She is now more of a leader and ready to lead others on expeditions, which is exactly what she does. She gathers a motley crew which includes a brainiac, a very unimpressed elderly farmer, and a brawny but sweet Maui fanboy. Some other new characters who have been introduced include Moana's little sister, who is a crowd favorite. I think this character helps explore sibling love, which makes sense because the OG audience now, 8 years later, must have little tag alongs in the form of brothers and sisters. A new grey character, Matangi, is also introduced who stays shrouded in mystery in the first half of the movie and delivers what could be Disney's musical hit of the season, Get Lost, in the second half. Not to forget Nalo, who is the psycho god at the root of all the problem in the movie. Interestingly, Moana has a new set of captains manning the boat. This includes David Derrick Jr., who has worked on Megamind and The Rise of the Guardians, Jason Hand, who's worked on Encanto and Zootopia. I loved Zootopia, I don't know about you guys. And since the movie is essentially one set on tumultuous waters, who better to onboard than a director who's worked on a Pirate of the Caribbean movie? Now, Dana Miller has a middle name that I cannot pronounce, but I will write it here. The story holds your attention, the dialogues are fun, and a couple of adult jokes are sneaked in. Because if you ask me, good from both ends is not very PG 13. The climax scene is exactly how you would expect it to be, so make sure to book the center seats. And the experience is taken even further with the pulse pounding background score. While Auli has the perfect Disney protagonist voice, there's Ohimai Fraser's vocals that will make you look her up on Spotify. And I really don't know why I'm still so surprised by how good of a voice actor Dwayne The Rock Johnson is. Young Moana still represents courage, perseverance, and a spirit of adventure, whereas Maui does more than just provide comic relief. He is the main cultural connect and also the character that consistently breaks the fourth wall. I feel Moana 2 is one of the higher ranking Disney animation movie sequels with unique characters, a good story, moderate soundtracks, and enough potential for continuity. See, movies like Moana do more than just entertain. It is very, very important to bring diversity in the Disney narrative landscape. What works for Moana 2 is that it has retained a healthy amount of elements from the first movie, just enough to work your nostalgia, and has introduced new enough elements to keep you engaged. Hi, I'm Jessica. I review movies and shows, and if you liked this review, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more.